Whoops, hang on a minute. So I'm just faffing with something. Right, there we go. Okay, hopefully that should work now. Hi everyone, good morning and welcome. I hope you're having a lovely start to your week, wherever you are currently. Before we do anything live stream related, can I just do a quick show and tell? Hang on. Look what I've got. Well, hang on, I'll show you what I've got. I'll show you in a minute. Hang on. Right. Hang on. Put those there for the show and tell. Okay, what's that in my hand? Ew. Where's that thing? Sorry, I'm faffing like crazy. There we go. Anyway, sorry, what was it? Yes, so a quick show and tell. So before I do anything, gaming related, this weekend, let me tell you what I did. Hey, sweetie. You're right. This weekend, come over here. I was doing some cooking, you see, so I had lots of things that I needed to cook. I was preparing some bream and some potatoes for dinner, so I did a sort of cooked, like a baked sea bream on a bed of potatoes, roast potatoes, which were very tasty. I also needed to make some pasta sauce, but I might need to do that this evening because I simply ran out of time. I was also making sort of bulk prepping burritos. I was sort of cooking up lots of meat and some beans and cabbages and stuff. And I bought like 8 tortillas and sort of filled them and put them in silver foil and then put them all in the freezer. A quick and easy meal. I can just take one out of the foil, put it in the microwave for about 10 minutes and there you go. So things were fine, but let me show you the little special thing that I did this weekend. For the first time ever, I made... Hang on. Ah, fuck. There we go. So I made marshmallows. Weirdly, which is something I've never done before. So what I did, hang on, I wasn't even aware that you could even make them at home, but apparently the answer is yes you can, and that's exactly what I did. So in a bowl, I mixed together some cornstarch and some icing sugar together to sort of make like a powdery dusting, icing sugar I guess. Also, just to draw your attention to the right side there, what is it, the measuring bowl apparatus there, that's actually a gift from Dinkelbean, a birthday gift from Dinkelbean, which is very kind of him. S'mores? No, not, yes, scales, that's the word I wanted, thank you. My brain this morning, I need some coffee. Yes, so Dinkelbean got me there. Anyway, so cornstarch and icing sugar, which I mixed together in a bowl, and then I took a pan like so, and apparently it said you needed to give it a very light greasing with a bit of oil, which is what I did. Seemed weird, but it's what I did. Then you gave it a great big sort of dusting with the icing sugar and the cornstarch, and then sort of put it to one side in preparation for the marshmallows. Yeah, and then you take gelatin, so a packet of gelatin, which I got from the supermarket, and I emptied it out into a bowl with a bit of water, and then you leave it for about 10 minutes so it sets. Also, randomly, that fork on the left side, weirdly, that's literally a fork that I've had since I was a child. It's like a cutlery set with a bunch of fish like emblems on them. Strange, I remember using them as a kid. Anyway, so yes, gelatin in a bowl to one side. Then, on the hob, on the electric hob, a little worried about splashes, so I put that chopping board behind it. You put a saucepan full of granulated white sugar, so nothing fancy. Then you squirt in, I think the Americans use something different. I think they actually use corn syrup. But in this case, I believe it was liquid glucose, I think it is. So a whole tube of this stuff to get it in there with the sugar. Then mix in some water, and I believe it was a small pinch of salt, and then bring it to the boil. What started as this sort of loose liquid sugar, really, nothing spectacular, rapidly became this crazy, angry, like boiling morass. It went really really quickly. So I had to heat it up to about 115 C, I think it was. So yeah, this sugar got like really, boiling like crazy. And incidentally, if you're watching, this was kind of fun to, if you've got some kids, if you want to do baking with or whatever, this was quite fun because I'll show you what's coming next. So, boiling the sugar, Did feel a bit dangerous, so I had to sort of keep things, be a little bit careful so it didn't splash everywhere. But yes, I was sort of mixing it up on the saucepan, and then poured it into a different... Sorry, why did I do this again? I poured it into a different saucepan. Oh, that was it, because I didn't want to pour it into the glassware that I had before, lest it shatter. So I poured it into a different saucepan because I needed to then add the gelatin. That was it. So I added the gelatin. So mix everything together now. So apart from the dusting icing sugar, mix it all together and then start using... So my original plan was to just whisk it by hand. I'm glad I didn't do that, because holy crap, it was... watch this. So it goes from angry sugar liquid to this. Like, crazy thick. Like, you think that's goopy, right? No, it's not goopy. It's really, really thick. Like, practically like a solid. You're like, oh my god. You can actually hear the fucking, like, electric whisk thingy go, oh fuck. You know, it was really struggling. It was like glue. So yeah, so after about sort of 12 minutes of that, of sort of using the mixer on it, it became this really, really thick marshmallow goo. And then I took this and poured it into the dusted pan. And yeah, sorry, this really... I think the next selection of shots will indicate, yeah, this was not like a runny liquid at all. It was just really slow, like essentially like a soft marshmallow that was just going bleh. Yeah. So eventually, after quite a bit of pouring and using a spatula to sort of get it out, I managed to make this. So I made a flattened, dusted pan. I think this is like an apple pie pan or whatever it is. But yeah, none of it leaked out the bottom. Yeah, so sort of filled that up. It turns out that the saucepan and everything was actually really easy to clean. All I really had to do was soak it in really hot water, and the sugar just dissolved, and it was really, really easy to do. So even though it was a bit messy initially, yeah, the cleaning up was damn easy. Then, after that, you leave it. So I took these egg cups and sort of put them around the side of the chopping board, and then I was going to just sort of cover it with the dishcloth or something, just to keep the flies off of it. So I also put a few cocktail sticks in it. Oh yeah, I drew a penis because I'm like fucking 10 at heart. So I draw a penis in it with a knife, obviously. But then I put some cocktail sticks all over it, you see, to sort of keep the dishcloth above it, like that. So I sort of put the dishcloth over the top. Yeah, so penis marshmallow, which was then sitting at room temperature for around like 4 to 5 hours. Okay, then I got this. So at around about, I think this was Saturday, at around 6:30, I sort of like scooped it out. The whole thing just went like straight off onto the chopping board as this great big morass of marshmallow, which I then sprinkled with more icing, so cornstarch and icing sugar. And then I took a little pizza cutter and I started cutting it into little pieces. And the end result was gross. It was gross. So I took a bite out of this stuff, right? And I was like, ugh. Like, it was all gooey and gross. Like, it wasn't like a marshmallow nice. It was all like taking a bite out of glue. And then you'd sort of take a bite out of the icing sugar and the cornstarch, and it was just like having a mouthful of icing sugar and cornstarch. I was like, that's rubbish. Anyway, then, turns out there was an important step afterwards. Put it in the fridge. It turns out what I was doing is not really what you're supposed to do, I assume, because it needs to solidify. I was still sort of tasting it sort of partially liquefied, and so that's why it wasn't very good. So now, ta-da! It's actually, they're pretty nice, actually. Hang on, look. So, like, it's firm. It's not, so it's proper firm. Hang on. They're nice. It's good. They're really good. So now that they've firmed up, yeah, they're proper nice. So yeah, marshmallows, homemade marshmallows. I mean, yeah, it's just fucking sugar. And to be honest, I should probably, I have a feeling I can do better with attempt number 2. Hang on. Oh, very Moorish. I can definitely do better. Like, I think the icing sugar is a bit cheap. So maybe I should try, maybe golden caster sugar or something, coating them in that. Your initial bite out of them is just like icing sugar, and it's not the nicest thing to take a bite out of, if you know what I mean. Right. So they'll keep for like two weeks or something. In a Tupperware pot in the tin, in the fridge. But yeah, not bad, I think. So I've just got this. As you can see, I've already eaten quite a few of them. But yeah, marshmallows, homemade marshmallows. It was proper fun, actually, and it was definitely something you could do with kids. So, like, if you have some kids and you want to like do some baking project, because you don't have to pour the marshmallows into like a set tin. You could make molds and just pour them in there, and then just leave them for like 6 hours or so until they make shapes. How did you get them all fluffy? Well, they do that just by whisking them together. So you whisk it all together and then just leave it for 4 to 6 hours. And of course, yeah, put them in the fridge as well. Anyway, so that's what I did on Saturday. Sorry, probably boring, but I was just making some marshmallows and just having a bit of fun. Hang on. Dog. Yeah, she's fine. She was at my feet the whole time going, what is he doing? The hell is he doing? Alright. Did I go for a jog? I think I went for a jog on Friday, I think. Need to go for another jog today. Alright. Hang on. So yeah, so that's what I did on Saturday. It was a day of cooking. So where I was making some burritos and fish and also boiling a whole bunch of... My crops in my garden, total failure. The cabbages, I had to all throw them out because they were all rotten. So, such a nightmare. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a bit. Welcome back. So, on Friday, I was giving Captain of Industry a go, which is a sort of like I suppose it's almost like Tropico meets Factorio, I'm guessing. So it's another one of these logistics types games where you have factories with inputs and outputs and conveyor belts, I presume eventually. In this case, these are molten channels for metal, so there are different types. But it seems that the primary, or at least initial, movers and shakers when it comes to sort of moving resources around take the form of trucks, which drive from point to point. Also, there seems to be quite a lot of terraforming, in that the accessing of resources will deform the terrain, and you can even then build up the terrain elsewhere by depositing those resources. So, I've only really just started, so bear with me, I'm still sort of learning it myself. But thus far, I was rather impressed. I was... It didn't feel like a cheap, just, okay, let's just make Factorio again, but put in less effort. Thank you, Isiakai. Thank you, Mr. Redhead. Thank you, Kirky Worky. Right. Not sure, moment of synergy. Not sure. We'll do it whenever we do it next. Okay. So what was I doing next? Hang on. No workers. Warning, we have no more free workers on the island. Everyone is already busy working. Yes, so we were building this tower. Refugees expected in less than a month. So more workers are expected. Okay. Well, I don't know, Grishnag. I couldn't tell you. I didn't play enough of Dyson Sphere program to give you a fair shake of its mechanics. But it didn't grab me. Okay. So what do we need? So logs are currently 0. We have a tree harvester here, which is working with 2 pickups. I love the little details. There we go. So maybe I should get a second tree harvester. Seems wise. Can we build one? We can. A tree harvester. It will take 1 employee. Are those vehicle parts? How many of those do we have? Spanner icon. What does the spanner icon mean? Is it time, maybe? Vehicle parts, iron. Yeah, give me another excavator. Okay, those are building parts, are they not? New refugees have arrived. What are they? Sorry. Oh, those are vehicle parts being delivered. Okay. Population growth. There we go. A reward. What's that? 60 potatoes and 40 vehicle parts? Is that correct? Must admit, it has been a weekend. I'm just trying to remember all the controls and everything. So build another... So new objective. Build another assembly to build construction parts. 1 of 2. So these are blast furnaces, which are taking either scrap metal or iron. So yeah, making iron. These are the assemblers of Factorio. So what is that making? Mechanical parts for repairs, construction parts. Okay. I can reorder the resources on the right, says Kappa. Oh yeah? Shitty weather. Okay. Vehicle parts, construction parts. What is that? What does the spanner icon mean? What does this icon mean? Maintenance? Aha. Okay, maintenance. Mechanical parts, I presume for maintenance. Okay. Maintenance units, apparently. Alright then. Right. So build another assembly to produce construction parts. We've only got one of two. Okay. So what do they require? They require wood, they require iron, and concrete slabs. Presumably we link them all up to a conveyor belt soon. So for now, let's just copy it here. There we go. Right, what about my research lab over here? Start new research. Can we work on conveyor belts? That's probably, yeah, it's a little bit of a way away. Terrain leveling, blueprints, basic diesel, basic concrete? Let's try that. Mr. Kick says, look at the shack next to the folded antenna for the building that provides you with maintenance. Whoops, shit. How did I get rid of this? Look at the shack next to the folded antenna. Oh, this thing. A maintenance depot, basic. So mechanical parts go in, plus electronics equals maintenance. Okay. 110 out of 30? Maintenance, okay then. Okay, good. Okay, we finished building another assembler. Right, so build unit storage and assign it construction parts. Okay, so we've already got, so yeah, these are just storerooms, so storage boxes. So unit storage, not a problem. Let's go to storage, unit storage, so like an object, and we'll just stick it nearby. Okay. One of the missions wanted concrete. Yeah? Alright. Yeah, no, anyway, so things here are fine, folks. So I'm working on Valheim bullshittery. Last week I was in the pre-production and entered the cutting phase, where I managed to cut together 100 hours of Valheim footage I condensed down to a 1-hour video. I then took the 1-hour video and condensed it further down to 35 minutes of the best bits, and now what I'm doing is I'm building it up from there. So 35 minutes of the best bits are now being bracketed by intros and outros to the different biomes that we're visiting, instead of just hard cutting straight to it with no context, and the boss fights and stuff like that, to make a sort of abridged playthrough rather than a true cut completely out of context bullshittery. I'm hoping it'll be funny. I'm hoping it will be enjoyable. It's a bit of a gentle comedy, mind you, though. It's not like belly laugh after belly laugh. It's more like situational comedy of a bunch of Vikings bickering in a longboat. Hopefully it should be still pretty... hopefully it should be entertaining. Okay, let's go with construction part. Okay, so this... Yeah, so please store the construction parts in this... Yeah. So from the assembler, how many is that output? 40? So yeah, oh yeah, I was going through, so Duckslayer was kind enough to give me a new editing tool this year. He gave me the ability to basically select an entire folder full of MP4 files, which are the live streams themselves, and do a sort of notepad text-to-speech system, where I can take all of the words being said and basically just spits out a notepad. That's not super duper useful when it comes to cutting, but it is useful if I'm trying to look for something. So this morning, I was trying to find, when did we actually learn what the boss's name, Bone Mass, is? When did we learn the name of the boss, the third boss in Valheim? The reason for that is that there are a couple of jokes where we say Bone Mass, but anyone not familiar with Valheim would be like, who the hell is Bone Mass? Because it comes out of nowhere. Lulu Cam? Yes, of course. There she is. So I was like, okay, so where do we discover that his name is Bone Mass? So I can just insert a quick scene saying, oh, look, we found the third boss. What's his name? Bone Mass, apparently. That's it. And as I was searching through this notepad tool, it turns out the answer is in Stream 7. We found it in Stream 7 where Tom goes, oh, I found something. I found the Vegseer, he says. The Vegseer is like the name of the little stones with the locations of the bosses on it. Unfortunately, that's not what the text-to-speech thing said. According to the text-to-speech, Tom found Bone Mass's vagina. So I was like, what? So Tom, you found Bone Mass's vagina. Or you found vagina, Bone Mass. Duck is in the chat. I take no responsibility for this. Well, yeah, so we were fighting a troll, so there was lots of background audio. And Tom said Vegseer or something. Vegier. Right. Anyway, it is a little frustrating because I'm fighting a troll and Tom finds it, which isn't ideal. It would have been easier if I found it or I was with Tom at the time. Because, you know, show don't tell, but okay, might just have to deal with what I've got. Or I could just overlay Tom's footage over me in a dungeon looking at it, and it'd still be the original audio. But then again, we've got a troll that we're fighting, so it's like, oh no. Oh, is that our excavator? I believe it is. Assign it 2 pickup trucks to babysit it. Alright. Stockpile, here we go. 100 logs as a reward. So this is the construction parts assembly. Okay. And some circuits, I think. Nero says, the last culling session was fun. You could actually win more fights if you committed. I was not bad at blocking. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying it. The game is extremely dead, mind you. So these games are probably going to be very temporary. But at least while they're here, it's lovely. Okay, concrete production. So establish limestone mine and start mining limestone. Build a kiln and connect it to a rainwater harvester using a pipe. Okay. So, limestone mine. Production. Kiln. Assembly. Right. Blast furnace. Rainwater harvester. Harvest rainwater during rain. Has built-in small water tank. Okay. Power production. A limestone mine. Of course, we need a mind control tower. Okay. So how was it we saw it before? We saw all of the, where is it? Power production, food. Terraforming. Is it terraforming? There we go. Mind control tower. We're looking for... No? How does one see the resources again? What button did I press? Does anyone remember? L, thank you very much. Lovely, thank you. Okay, we're looking for limestone. Could this be it? Limestone. Yes, that's limestone. Okay. Let's go over here and begin excavating limestone. Right. So we're looking for a mine control tower. Smokestack, diesel generator, trading dock, transport... Oh, terraforming. Mine control tower. And then turn it. Is that correct? Nope. Doesn't look right to my eyes. How do I determine which way it should mine? Is that it? Maybe? Okay. So leave that there. Okay, then go back here. And let's specify 2 small excavators, please. Okay. 2 small excavators and let's say 4 more pickup trucks to move the resources around. Oh, the white rectangle. Oh, is that the area that it covers? I'm with you. There we go. So it's building construction parts. It's bringing the construction parts, and therefore it's building the tower. Lovely. Okay, so mine tower. Yeah, so now I can assign the excavators and to, yeah. What can be dumped? Don't know. Dirt, rock, slag, waste. Okay. So what's going on over here? So over here we had... Okay, so what are they trying to do? So they're trying to drop off a mixture of rock and iron ore from the mining operation. So what's the problem? So unsorted inputs. So the output is currently full. Right. The output is full. So what do we need to... Okay, we're not using the iron for anything. Okay. Apart from that one. Just continue then. Yeah, just leave it backed up for the moment. Right, press L to get rid of that. Okay, wait until the 2 excavators are finished. Build a kiln and connect it. So where's the kiln? Let's have a look. So the kiln produces basic... So limestone plus something plus water equals concrete, I believe. Okay. Is that pollution? I think it is. Stick that there. So rainwater needs to go in here then, does it? So rainwater harvester is massive. Terrain too high. Stick that there maybe? Right, try that. And then it was a pipe, wasn't it? Hook it up with a pipe? Where's transport? Is there a transport one? Vehicles, transport, a pipe. Let's give that a go then, shall we? Boop. Lovely. Hi there, Wolf. Hi there indeed. Alright. The building is very quick, isn't it? They just sort of turn up, drop it off, and there you go. Oh, maybe not. Guess we need more construction parts. Do I know Anvil Empires? No, I'm not familiar, sorry. 1 minute, I'm just going to pour myself a quick drink. Yeah, so far, Dragon. Seems interesting. Rather, I haven't bounced off it yet. There we go, there's our kiln. So yeah, so another thing that I was doing this weekend, folks, is so in addition to cooking and cleaning, taxes. Ugh, it was awful. I spent the better part of Sunday afternoon just doing tax bullshit. Here in the United Kingdom, they've done a change this year, which only affects... So they've staggered it, you see. So initially it affects only those... so in the UK, don't know how it is in other countries, if you take money on the side, you have to register. And most people register as something called a sole trader. So like a lone trader. So it could be anything. You're making little figurines, cutting hair. So long as you take money in some way, you identify yourself as a sole trader, and then the government will say, okay, well then you owe us this amount from your cut. So I registered as a sole trader. I did that back when I was first working in London. I was like, what do I do? Okay, well apparently I'm starting to take, like, I put like a Patreon tip jar up, you see, for the videos. And yeah, anyway, so I registered as a sole trader. Now what's happened this year is that they're having everyone do this thing where you've got to do digital record keeping. So everyone has to, from this point onwards, they've got to keep records of your tax in a piece of software. And then you need to link that software with the HMRC quarterly. So instead of doing everything at the end of the year, you've got to make sure that you're uploading it quarterly. Which was, frankly, a bit of a hassle, because I logged into my accountant's piece of software, and it was like, okay, explain this, explain... You got to basically explain what these are. The reason for that is that they've got like different expenses that you can deduct. Like, okay, that's my internet, that's business internet, you know, that's an expense. What else? There's lots of these things. So I was going down the list of, oh my god, it was such a hassle. Real hassle. Alright. I see, United States. Well, good luck on finding a girl. They exist. I'm reliably told that they exist. Hang on. There we go. So pollution of the smokestack. So limestone in, coal in. We might need an additional coal generating facility. Okay. So we do have one over here, don't we? So what is that? Pollution. Wait, that's the exhaust that I've selected. So wood in, coal out. Okay. Do you use AI for that? What, the accountancy thing? They're trying to do that, yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Beegs and Jam. That's very kind of you, Beegs. Thank you sincerely for the raid there. Beegs, thank you for doing that. For those joining, you're looking at Captain of Industry, which is only my second go, but it feels very Factorio meets Tropico. So at least for the minute, less emphasis on conveyor belts and more trucks for now. I do see conveyor belts on the tech tree. Also terraforming, lots of sort of moving the terrain and digging it, which is what we're about to try here, because this mountain contains limestone, and I'm about to try and dig into it. However, there we go. Okay, so excavators have been completed along with pickup trucks. Lovely. There's a lack of collision detection on things, which I must admit is a bit of a I do like how they're making desire paths as they drive, look. Especially the tracked vehicles. So over time, as you zoom out, you'll just see, okay, your settlement based on where people are actually driving. It's kind of cool. I'm also enjoying the attention to... okay, I think I'm going to... I don't know if I'm even going to die on this hill or whether or not it's a sensible suggestion, but I'm of the mindset that this style of game thrives on the little details. The ability to zoom in and see what individual buildings are doing, the ability to zoom in and see those custom animations, and also the items as they go about their business. It's my personal opinion that it's the kiss of death for your logistics game if it's just a box with a number that says 3 wood on it. And then it goes to another box which hands over 3 wood. The soul comes from being able to zoom in and see, okay, there's a tree. Tree gets its branches ripped off, then it gets turned into, look. So there we go, da-da-da. It becomes an independent stack of wood, which you then get... maybe see it get sawn into lumber or something, instead of just a box with an icon on it. The devil is in the details, or the soul is in the details, in my opinion. There you go. I like it. So yeah, thus far, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Recently I did a Dyson Sphere program, and I just bounced off of it, because it was just, okay, it's just a box with an icon on it. Maybe. Belgium, maybe. Okay, so that's all backed up. So all the mining operation here is stopped because we don't really have a huge amount to do with that iron ore. Thank you, Emmy Zombie. Thank you very much, Emmy. Okay, so mining operations have not begun here. Why? Oh, because I need to allocate this as a thing that we're going to mine, I believe. So let's go to terraforming, I think. Mining operations, here we go. And then designate the following. Press L. Nope. Yes. Nope. Never mind. Press L. There we go. Yes, mining operations. Please begin. Limestone mining operations. Okay. And then we should see them deform the terrain as they attempt to retrieve limestone. Okay. Cool. So full-on limestone for the minute, but I presume we're going to have dirt in there as well. So what does it say here? According to this, it requires limestone and coal and water. Then 60 seconds apiece to produce concrete slabs and exhaust. Okay. Right. See it do its... yeah, watch it do its thing. Thank you, Emmy Zombie. Thank you, Izaki. Thank you, Mr. Redhead and Kirky Worky. Wait, wait a minute. Where are you going? Where are they going? Oh, I see. They're going over to the ore sorting plant. Ah. Maybe I should move an ore sorting plant, or maybe give it its own independent ore sorting plant. Okay. Right, so presumably that's completely backed up then. So let's build another ore sorting plant here, shall we? Maybe here. Whoopsie. No, fuck. Mining. Terraforming, there we go. Okay. No, Zanudo, I've not seen that. Okay, what do these mean? Food, 56, health 9, population 165, workers 47, free housing 75 out of 240, vehicles very busy, 20 out of 80. What does that mean? 20 vehicles in total? Sounds accurate. Okay. Should we build some more pickup trucks, maybe? What do we require? We've only got 30 vehicle parts. Oh, I see. Do the red bars mean pressured, maybe? Total consumption? Okay, where am I making the vehicle parts, then? Am I making vehicle parts? I don't believe I am. Construction parts. I see. Red means it's trending down. Understood. Okay, so let's get some assemblers, then. Assembler here. And can we please specify that this particular assembler is to make the recipe of the vehicle parts? Mechanical parts plus electronics. Alright, we can always copy it. Do I get influenced by early access tags on games when deciding what to buy next, Missile? Yes, indeed. I try to avoid them if I can. Not that that's very easy, frankly. Alright. Oh, the dog's moved. Whoop. Okay. Hang on, where's my phone? Oh, there it is. So I'm just being naughty. There we go. Sorry, one of the things that I'm glad that I did it, frankly. On my phone, I've got this overlay. It's CCTV. On all four corners of my bungalow, I've placed cameras, which might sound a bit paranoid, but frankly, it's really... I feel very secure as a result. When something goes bang or bump, I don't have to be like, oh god, what was that? I can just be on my phone. There we go, CCTV. I can see what it was. So something just went bang outside, and I just look at my camera. It's just a dustbin. Someone moved a dustbin. Last night, I was trying to rest in bed, and I heard something made a very loud ping. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What was a loud ping? And then I just went, open my phone. Everything looks fine. Instead of lying there going, oh god, are the batteries on the side of the building on fire? You know. Okay, maybe I am paranoid. How was my weekend? Busy. But thank you for asking, Emmy. I did some cooking. Look. Look, I made some... I made some marshmallows. Look, I made some marshmallows. Homemade marshmallows. They've got marsh in them. And mellows. Mallow, even. Yeah. Homemade. It was quite fun, actually. If you've got kids, recommend doing it. They can put them into little molds, little shapes, you see, and they don't need to get baked. They just get left there at room temperature or put in the fridge. So, yeah. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna do a different style, so different flavors. I'm not gonna use icing sugar this time. I'm gonna try like golden caster sugar or something. Thank you, Otech and Agisek. Yes, Twitten says, tiny humans boiling sugar. What could go wrong? Right, so hang on. How are we doing here? Okay. So waiting for products. Add product to sort. Okay, limestone. Okay. So A, B, C, D. Okay. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you very much there, Gemini. Gemini, even. I've moved from an upper floor to a ground floor. That's the primal instinct kicking in. Yeah. Well, I've told this story before, but for those who didn't hear it, shortly after I moved into this bungalow, I had a sudden realization. Well, it took me a while to make this realization, but I own a front door. I have, at no point before this, like a couple of years ago, owned a front door. I've always just had a flat, which has been in a building with a front door, collectively. So I started to experience the uncomfortable thing of door-to-door salesmen. But of course, I wasn't used to it at this point. And so what happened was, I was going about, people knock on the door, whatever. Now it's like, whatever. But back when I first moved in, it was strange. Anyway, so I was getting some stuff out the car. Again, I told the story a billion times, I apologize. I was getting some stuff out the car, and I had like a biro in my mouth or something. I had like a pen in my mouth as I was unloading stuff. And I looked at and I hear this voice, and it went, "Hello, sir." And I looked to the end of my driveway, and there's this guy in a suit just standing awkwardly staring at me. And I sort of, with the pen in my mouth, I sort of went, "Oh." I just made like a grunting noise and just carried on. And then he said, "I'm sorry I missed you earlier." And my eyes went wide as a sort of like, it felt like danger, my eyes clearly went wide. And he what did he say next? He said, it was like something like, "Don't be alarmed," or like something along those lines. He said something like that. And of course, that makes me really alarmed. He said something that was like, "It's okay," along those lines. And then I remember he took a few steps forward in the driveway, walking towards me. And I was like, what the fuck? Instantly my hackles went up. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Anyway, turns out he's a milkman. He's just a fucking milkman. He's just a door-to-door salesman in a suit trying to sell a subscription model to milk. But I was like, fucking hell, bro. It's creepy. Maybe it's me. Honestly, I think it's on me, really, that I didn't clock that, it's a salesman, because I'm not used to that. It's weird. Maybe I'm weird. There was weirdness all around, really. It's just a weird sort of vortex going on in that moment. Yeah. I think it's the suit, if it were like a guy dressed as a postman or whatever, the postman. Guy turns up wearing a fireman's suit, it's a fireman. But the fact that it was a suit was like, is this like a religious nutter? Like, a guy trying to sign me up with his Bible or something? I know, Engine, Engine kills. That's what's so weird. A milkman? A milkman. Selling, the thing that we pick up from every corner shop in the world. Anyway. Thank you again, Genomai. Okay. Right, so waiting for products. There we go. Okay, so what is this? So 70% limestone, 73%. I see. So is it all just limestone for the minute? Seems so. Okay. Oh, there we go. And it's working. Go straight to the kiln. Okay. Right, concrete slabs. We're doing it. Concrete production has been set up. Oh, shit. I didn't read what the reward was. Okay. What's that there? Sorry. That's coal. So coal production is very low. So we're going to need to expand coal production. So why have coal production here? Surely we need it where the wood is. Seems like a better idea. So let's move the coal makers, shall we? And let's put 3 of them in a row. Let's start to gradually expand a wee bit, shall we? 1, 2, 3. And wait, can they all utilize the same... I'll give it a go. Put a smokestack here. This might be a stupid idea, but let's just try it. If we trade, no. Terraforming, no. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the little road icon. Nope, just that. It's not a road. Pipes. Nope. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. I was trying to be clever. try that. Right. Dr. Xanatar says, a few years ago, my neighbour knocked my door. Oh, sorry. Knocked on your door? I read that as knocked your door, as in knocked it down. And was bringing freshly heated soup for someone here. Didn't, like, kick the door down. Whoops. That was not in alignment. That's going to annoy the chat. Sorry. There we go. Alright. Cool. Yeah, Oten. Absolutely. Yeah. It's strange. I guess, sorry, it might have something to do with the fact that I am no longer living in Brighton and Hove. So for those not familiar, I live on the far south coast of the United Kingdom in a place called Brighton and Hove. It's a city. It was two towns, Brighton and then Hove, that were combined together to form a city. The two sides are quite dissimilar, in that Brighton is very young and sexy and bohemian, where Hove is quite sleepy and gentile. It's very sort of like older people. Anyway, the point that I'm reaching is that I've gone back home. I'm originally from Hove. I suppose we are all Brightonian by the nature of being from Brighton and Hove, but I'm originally from Hove. So I've simply moved back home. Anyway, point is, old people everywhere. Spiffing says, am I sexy and bohemian or senile? A bit of column A, a bit of column B. I do feel like I'm going senile, though, for real. I know it's like tee-hee, it's a joke, but it's... sometimes I'm like, oh, God. Like I'm either senile or I am a magician. I'm a magician, like a stage magician. All I have to do is have something in my hand and then go into the next room and poof, it's gone. Literally like a screwdriver, a glass, something or other. I literally had, you know the fucking, where is it? Like I had a, you know that the fucking screenshot I just showed you of the rapeseed oil that I was using to grease the marshmallow pan? Literally, poof, gone, vanished. Huge thing of like marshmallow oil, of fucking rapeseed oil. And I was looking around going, where is it? What, did I put it in the fridge? No, it was in a different cupboard, but it was like it was on a cupboard where I would never put this. I must have just absent-mindedly just put it there. And now the chat is working hard to diagnose me with something. It's not, it's just fucking stupid. It's just me being dumb. Alright. Okay, research basic diesel. Let's do that. Also, hi there, Jinx. Thank you for the games last night. It was a lot of fun. Basic diesel. Begin research. Yes, those culling games are quite exciting, frankly. Quite exciting. Certainly enjoying them. Right. Stop putting C4 on your back, says Jinx. C4 on my back? Do you mean the Claymore mine? Yeah, that was an oof on my part, wasn't it? I put down a Claymore mine facing behind me and then I wanted to see if someone would run up behind me and wound themselves. And they did. It was Jinx. But I was standing too close as well, so I wounded myself and then Jinx just slew me. But I got some revenge later on, of course, some revengy, when Jinx chased me and I started fighting with spears and kept throwing them like a cheeky bastard. And eventually, yeah, turned the tables, so... New refugees have arrived. Spearman! Man of many spears. Right. Do I find many things disappear that are mainly marshmallows? The only thing that disappears with me and marshmallows are my future sexual prospects, frankly, looking at my waistline. Because these marshmallows are delicious. Holy shit. Oh. Fuck off, duck. Right. Okay. What's that? Sorry. Of course. Some limestone was bought here. That's fine. Okay. So how are we doing here? So that's, yeah, so wood, coal. Maybe we should put like a unit output storage for coal. How's that? Put that there. And then say, please store coal. Oh, okay. Sorry, my mistake. It's not that. I wanted loose storage. Coal. Can we store wood here? We can. There you go. Double treble. Lovely. Okay. Research basic diesel. I believe it's still underway. Yeah, we just got to wait a moment. Comrade says, I see you playing this addictive game, Soviet, but I must say for early access asking too much and trains behind DLC? Are they? Trains are behind a DLC? That's a bit cheeky. Not all trains, but some of them. Oh, yeah? Okay. I must admit, I've said this before, but DLC isn't great, but I'm not that against it. Sorry, I'm not as against DLC as you might expect from someone like me. I'm not generally too far against DLC. I mean, I'd rather not have it. The thing that gets my goat is more when it's trying to sort of be gaming, like gambling gaming, you know? Like the whole loot box and make it random and that sort of shit. That stuff pisses me off. But the actual idea of, like, you know, microtransactions, I'm not that against. Hang on. But when it's just trying to be gambling under a different name, that's when I get like, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah, Jinx says you miss when DLCs used to be called expansion packs. Well, I mean, even still, again, there are like a million sort of nuances here. But you can totally see the case between just taking, instead of like one big expansion pack and risking everything, having just little bits and letting you pick and choose. Again, it depends entirely what we're talking about here, what game. Like, I don't think looking at some... Obviously, Stellaris is not the best example, but I don't think I'd necessarily give two fucks about most of the stuff in Stellaris if it were a big expansion pack. But individual things? Yeah, sure. Sorry, what do you got there? Those are mechanical parts, those boxes. Okay. I see. Being put in the maintenance depot. Right. Right, so what's the issue? So 100% output is full. Okay. So limestone is completely full. So let's put another unit storage next to the kiln over here for the concrete. Concrete slabs. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, Ragsha. I don't really have a take. Ask someone who's deeper into Stellaris. Yeah, the collision detection, that's not good look. Not a good look, is it? Okay. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry, for those passing through the stream who don't give a shit about this game, please know that I'm working on Valheim bullshittery. Although I've only really had 1 week, like last week-ish. So I'm still cutting it together. It's a bit big. It does make me worry. Oh, no trees to harvest. I've got to expand the tree cutting zone. How does one do that again? Transport. Mining? Not mining. Tree harvester. How does one do it? I did it at the start, didn't I? Water extraction, power production, housing. Ah, there we go. It's under here. Forestry. Forestry. Okay. Please gun for all of these trees, and thank you. Thank you. Next. H. Thank you. Okay, research basic diesel. Here we go. Next objective. Build an oil pump and on an oil deposit. Okay. Press L. All right. What's that? That's... what is that, do you reckon? I don't know. What am I looking at here, do you reckon? Oh, is that coal? Oh, that's coal. Okay, we can mine it. Holy shit. Oh, let's just mine it then. Holy shit. Sweet. Okay. Let's dig up the earth. All right, coal. What's that then? Is that oil? That looks like oil. Yes, crude oil. Oh, it's already buried in the barrels. That's convenient. Okay, so water extraction, production. Diesel generators. What am I looking for? Terraforming. Oil pump. Is there a search? Ah, there is. Wonderful. So pumps crude oil. 60 seconds. All right. Should we just stick it in the middle? Build 2 of them, please. Okay. Okay, let's also put down another mining tower. Vehicle storage, terraforming, mine control. And we'll stick one here. Right. And designate this for coal mining. How's that? Alright, give that a go. Oh my god, sorry, I know that I'm probably making people sick to death of me talking about it, but I'm watching Severance again. I've restarted season 1, having finished the whole series, 1 and 2 at least. I've restarted the show Severance. Oh, it's so good! If you have not started watching Severance, do consider it. It's so good. It feels so well constructed. You keep seeing all these things and going, wait a minute, oh my god, that was set up 6 episodes ago. Someone will have flowers in their hand, and you're like, why have they got flowers in their hand? And then 3 episodes later, because it's told sort of non-linearly, it's like, oh, okay, that's where they got the flowers. Or someone will say something off topic, what is such and such's favorite breakfast? And they're like, that doesn't make any sense. And then you're like, no, it does make sense. But it will only make sense after episode 7 or something. It's so good. So on the rewatch, I'm like, oh, okay, that's how that got there, and that's how the book got there, and I'm noticing all of these threads that the writers put there in on purpose. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm taking notes because I want to do this big sort of babbling talk about Severance. Sorry, for no spoilers, I keep doing this. No spoilers for those who have not seen the show Severance. The show is about a near future where a corporation has developed this type of technology where you can get a tiny, tiny chip put into your brain. And the chip basically switches off your memories when you go to work so that you won't remember. So you won't remember what you're doing outside of work. Bit of a bug. So the idea is you go to the office, you get out your car, you go to the reception, you put on your lanyard pass and go to the elevator, but then all of a sudden you close your eyes and then open them again, and it's the end of the day. You just spent 6-7 hours at work and you don't remember. Then you get to go home and you get paid. And so because of that, you're like, oh, this is wonderful. I get to go to work and not feel it. I mean, you feel a bit tired, and obviously you lost your Monday and your Tuesday and your Wednesday, and the time goes a bit weird for you, but you don't remember it. That was the chat doing the fucking... But see, on the flip side, and this is what the show presents, on the flip side is that for you at work, you don't remember the outside. So for you, you can never go home. Like, you open your eyes, and it's the start of the workday. At the end of the workday, you close your eyes, you open them again, it's the start of the workday. And so it's a show about the psychological strain of that, and sort of dealing with these people who are feeling sort of like, I can never go home. You know, and also they don't know what's outside. They're like, what the fuck is outside? Is it a nuclear war? You know, they're all like weird like that because they're in a basement. It's very cool. So yeah, do give the show a watch. It's very, very cool. Thank you, Artlid Tub. Thank you very much, Artlid Tub. And so what's also quite cool is that because each of the, so they call them innies and outies. So you on the outside is your outie and you at work is your innie. But because of that, all the actors are essentially playing two different characters. And it's fun to sort of notice that and be like, oh wait, you're behaving differently now because you're the outie. And in some cases they're totally different. Like their innie and their outie are completely different people. Because the innie doesn't remember anything, doesn't remember their childhood, doesn't remember any trauma that happened to them. So someone who is on the outside is like nervous and you know, like timid. On the inside they're like, hey, they're like suave and, you know, and they're cool. Yeah, no core memories, just blank slate, off you go. And the scene that I keep mentioning, without spoilers, is a bit where, well, minor spoiler. Basically, one of the outies sees footage of their innie, and they actually get jealous. They get jealous of their own innie because they realize that they're not only different, but they're better than they are. They're more confident. They're not, you know, a mess. They're unburdened by their trauma, so they're just. Yeah, they're living a more full life than they are on the outside. Yeah, it's a cool show. It's a very cool show. Okay. Right, so, have we done it? Okay, oil pumps built. Here we go. So output is full. Okay. So build oil pumps, and then connect them to a basic distillery. Okay? Fluid storage, look at that. Very Factorio now. Stick these here and here. Alright. Send these. There we go. So crude oil. So what was it? A distillery. Basic distillery. Okay, so crude oil, coal, 60 seconds produces diesel. And what's that? What's the orange thing? Guess we'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, really? Wastewater. Oh, God. Are we about to ditch it on this beach? Okay. Kevinly, basically Factorio just meets Tropico. It feels a bit like. So we're building logistics chains, and by the looks of things, we're about to start mass pollution. Don't tell Captain Planet. Are these both outputs? Guessing so. Okay, so what's that? That's pollution to the atmosphere. That's wastewater. Let's stick that. Where is it? Storage. Fluid storage. What would be the best way to do this? Send it that way. No. Nope. Put you in there. Do we just dump you? Is that a thing we can do? Liquid dump. Dumps liquid into the ocean. Alright then. Oh God. Where can I build this? No? Does it require... Some parts need to be in the ocean. Rotate it. Oh, I'm with you. Sorry, I thought the other bit was the other bit. Do I need to put it up or down? Some parts need to be in the ocean. Oh, with you. There we go. Let's send it that way. Hope these aren't too expensive. Alright. Okay, see what happens there. Sorry, Hella. I don't know. I'm new to this. I thought the other bit was the other bit. Okay. Right, give that a whirly. Things are looking busy. Oh, look at that. The abandoned... Yeah, the communication station is almost fully disassembled. I like the attention to detail. It's just concrete left, is it? Okay. Thank you, Nyet. Thank you for doing that, Nyet. Much appreciated. Okay, don't stop the research. New research. Conveyor belts. Do we have conveyor belts? Not yet. Soon, though. What's this? Enables to repair the ship dock. Enables to repair the ship dock. So we can start working on ship repairs. Oh, also, sorry, randomly back on topic, but also off topic. You know what? I was watching Severance last night. I might have actually spotted a goof. I think I actually spotted a goof. I don't know. Maybe it's not, and maybe I just missed something. But there was a bit where the audio didn't match what was going on the screen, and I wonder. Wait, was that on purpose? Was that like a thing to be like season 1? I can't really talk about it because it is a spoiler, but it's a bit where someone is in a petrol station and they fall down. One of the paramedics off screen goes, he's down. But it happens before the actor falls down. Like, long before the actor falls down. So I don't know if that was a goof or maybe it's like it was on purpose and... Thank you, Sunny Tayo. Thank you very much. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, this is completely backed up. And it's backed up why? Because they have a bunch of rock. Aha. Output is full. Well, output's full. It's alright, they can just wait. Okay, the concrete slabs ready to go. Yeah, hashtag. Oh, also, sorry. Damn it! I know I keep talking about Severance. There's this one character, and you go through, or at least he's set up in such a way that he's like unlikable, but he's like cringe unlikable. He's like he's speaking platitudes, and he's constantly saying like weird things, and you're like, oh god. And he's written in such a way that to make you uncomfortable around him. But what was quite wonderful is that over season 1, as the show goes on, because everyone's acting so strange. Again, I can't really talk about. I really want to talk about Severance, as you can tell. Because everyone's acting so strangely, like weirdly, this guy is weirdly human. And right at the end of season 1, he basically has this quiet, not breakdown, I guess, but he has this quiet moment of vulnerability where he sort of speaks his fears openly. And as a result, my liking for this character went whoosh straight to the ceiling. He's like, oh my god, he's human. He's actually he's actually a person. You're spending so long watching all this weird shit unfold on the screen. The people that are actually like acting normal with their insecurities are suddenly like, yes, you're a person. Sorry, yeah, I'll shut up, Spaceman. It's so good. It's so good. Show's so good. Right. Okay, so we're trying to get at this distillery going. Okay, what are we waiting on? So we need So that's workers. So 6 workers, monthly... Hang on. Waiting for materials delivery. So we need construction parts. So how are we doing on the construction parts? We have 16, not enough. Okay. So we need wood. So we have the concrete. Those are all construction parts. We need wood. Okay. So we need to increase wood throughput. Is it because it's all getting burnt? That must be the reason. Okay, so let's stop burning the wood and let's start excavating the coal instead, shall we? So let me delete these for the moment. Put down... Yeah, so start switching over to... Yeah, dial back on... Yeah, so 1 excavator here. We can always increase them later. Assign excavator and 2 pickups here for the coal. Right. Let's try that. And then let's build 1 additional excavator if we can afford it. There we go. For each of the different mining sites. Right. I forgot the sorting plant for the coal. Good shout. Maybe it's a good idea to combine these two. Yeah, might be a bit too expensive for now. Can they just take it here? We'll see. Let's see what they do. Enjoy it, Shiro. Let me know what you think, Shiro. Okay, so the pickups are waiting for the excavator. Where is it? Excavator's here. What's it doing? It's going back here for some reason? Is it like the start location before it moves out? There we go. Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe it's got to exchange driver or something. Alright. Okay, likewise, let's get rid of you. So please, no more coal, no more log burning to get coal. Let's just excavate it from the earth. Alright. Yeah, not a bad idea, Shiro. I can always link the opening scene. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, not a bad idea. I can do that later. And then people can look at it and be like, ooh. Alright. Here we go. Sorry, for those joining the stream, you're looking at a sort of almost like Tropico meets Factorio logistics type game. Right now, I've got a small excavator and a couple of pickups, which are... Okay, is that mostly dirt? Yeah, we do need an ore sorting location, don't we? Can we afford it, though? Hang on. Yeah, we can afford it. Okay. So let's go to terraforming. Ore sorting plant. So 6 workers, 8... What is that? Is that maintenance? Hang on, what does it say there? Is that 80 building tools? Oh, Jesus. Sewage update. Let's have a look. Well, we need to refine... Oh, nearly done. Nearly done. Tree harvester now has no more trees to harvest. Oh, shit. We're really churning through those, aren't we? Okay, please allocate more trees, please. My coal mining designations are too high. I won't be mining any of that coal. Oh, really? My coal mining designations are too high. I won't be mining +7. I see. Okay, so how does one... How can I tell? Do you think I should start with this, like, the hillsides here, maybe? Is that all coal? Is that what that is? Okay, let's do that then. Let's go to mining designation. Start on this. Is that just coal? Wait, how do I make it lower? F. E and Q. I'm with you. Okay. Let's put it down to 0, maybe? Maybe Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Whoopsie. What the fuck have I just done? Hang on. There we go. Weird. Hang on. No, go away, Adobe. Stop it. We're fine. 1 minute. So I just gotta... Oh, sorry. While I'm whinging, I was doing my tax stuff. Hang on. Where's the aircon? I was doing my tax stuff, and part of it is you have to declare like expenses. Oh, what does that mean? Is it not near the area that it can cover? The red edge of the mining area means it's unreachable. The red edge. It's unreachable, is it? Okay. Hang on. Edit area. Control. I see, that's to edit the area that it's looking at. Okay. Ship dock repair complete. So what happens if I just select that by default? Just watch what happens. Do they go? Hang on. Is the ship repaired? I see, we can start repairing it. It'll cost me... Okay, I need to get more construction parts. Right, how are we doing? It's digging. Oh, is that coal? There we go, that's just coal. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. So where are they taking the coal? Okay, there we go. Thank you, Megalodon and Sunny, Tayo and Nayid. Thank you, all of you. And Yemo Sodiad. Thank you. Okay, so queued and waiting. Where's the last one? Empty. It's on its way to that kiln. Alright. I see. So it's going to that sorter. Okay. Output is full, though. Does that mean the whole thing is locked up and it won't do anything? I need to designate a place to dump the soil from the sorting plant. Ah, I'm following you. I get it. Okay. The soil has nowhere to be dumped. Okay. Right, so it goes in there. I see, so hang on a minute. What am I looking at here? So 71 iron ore. Okay. Yes, Nodzi, I played with some of them last night. Okay, so hang on. Go to terraforming. Dumping designation. Aha! Right, so what happens if I just go... dump, right? And then can I specify... Add product to sort. Product... Unassign. How do I pick what they dump there? I'm setting the level that I want stuff at. I see. So like... I'm with you. Like a couple of levels up, maybe? And then dump. It's just a test, really. Okay. And then, how do I designate it as dirt? What's it? As dirt. The mine control tower needs to select it. And, okay. Mine control. What can be dumped here? Aha! So what can be dumped here? Clear. Slag, rock, dirt, waste. I don't really want anything to be dumped here. Right. Notify if cannot dispose of dirt. I think I understand. So as a quick test, this doesn't have to stay here. Put a mine control tower here. and then say just dirt and see what happens. Okay, so what can be dumped here? In fact, sorry, no, don't do that then. Sorry, hang on. Remove that. I've already got one literally over there, haven't I? So remove that, right? And then here, already allocated is a dumping site for dirt. So please dump a little bit above its level. Obviously, we're going to be mining this. It's not ideal. It's just a quick test. Okay. So because the mine control tower defines what can be dumped, dirt, rock, slag, and waste, will it take the take and go like... Bloop? So product... So we have 22 dirt. I wonder if it's going to get taken. Oh, presumed by these pickups, maybe? Is that what they're doing? Maybe assign a few more pickups. 6 pickups. Big Benzie says you have to up ramp and down ramp towards the level, otherwise they cannot begin to dump. Oh, so you're sort of... You're building... okay. You're building like a platform, but it doesn't exist yet. So, like, go down to... Am I doing this right? I want to go down, please. Spin it round. So 7 above... I see. That. And then... okay, I'm with you. Right. And then, yes, okay. I get it. Thank you, I get it. So we're sort of building... Okay, this will be the terrain eventually. Start with the ramp. Okay, it's kind of cool. I like it. So let's see who does it. Will it be these pickups, for example? And will they take it from... Well, I guess they would take it from here. Okay, we don't necessarily want limestone in there, do we? So 9 out... So 9 dirt. So has someone taken the dirt, maybe? You have. Where are you taking that? Oh, of course, because that's now a dumping location. For dirt. But who did... But that's not under the control of a mine tower, is it? Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Ben. It's not permanent. It's just me trying to learn how it do. So this one is driving here to dump it into the ocean. Right. There we go. So it dumps it there, forming more terrain. But what I'm wondering is why... Because I just built it like this, you see. Oh, Big Benzie says there's a global dumping rule that allows to dump without mining towers. Click the vehicle at the top bar to define what can be dumped globally without the tower. Click the vehicle in the top bar. This one. Vehicle's very busy. What can be dumped by trucks? I'm with you. Okay. Cool. So, let me put a mine control tower here so I have direct control. Okay. Neat. We'll leave that there for a minute. I want to see if anything happens. Right, this has no mining designation in its area. Are you sure? You got that? Okay. What are they all doing? They're just... I see, they're just parking there while they're waiting for orders. Alright. Okay, so all of this was in service of trying to get more... yeah, so basically lessening... Okay, good. We have 188 logs now because we're no longer burning all of them to get coal. We now have 202 coal. Okay, so 100 building material... Yeah, good. Are they still working? So now the refinery should hopefully be built. Lovely. So why can't I click on things? They're weird. Good. So basic distiller is now constructed. So crude oil and coal, after 1 minute, is being turned into diesel and waste water. Oh, look at that. You've even got the... Oh, do these rise and lower based on their contents? As they do in real life. I'm loving the attention to detail then. So please fill it with diesel. Oh, define a dumping recipe in the dumper. Here we go. Right, assign recipe. Right, suck my dick, Captain Planet. There we go. Yeah. Lovely. So we're just tipping the wastewater into the ocean. What? It's fine. It's fine. We're just dumping it outside of the environment. There's nothing out there except birds and fish. 30,000 tons of crude oil. All right. Cool. Lovely. Okay, so we have that. Let's have a look then. So diesel production, collect rewards. So more construction parts and more concrete. Lovely. Right, what's next? Start new research. Should have been doing this earlier, frankly. Synthetic rubber. Alright. Nice. Yeah, it's very, very atypical. Okay. Neat. So, yeah, we may as well build its own dedicated sorting plant here then. So let's go to terraforming or sorting plant and make a dedicated one for the coal. Right. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. Sorry, let me just cook. So, with this mining designation, that is the current level. And I've got ramp selected, haven't I? So deselect ramp. Yes? Yeah, there we go. Okay, watch me cook. So, if I say la-di-da wanted this coal, what I would do is go, okay, dig down to this, right? And then ramp. No, maybe I'm... Oh, no, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Is that... Am I right or am I smooth-brained? Is that how I do? Yes? Up further, maybe? I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Let's see if they do it. Because I'm defining that's the hole, followed by the... Mine. Do you have enough trucks there, mate? Alright, hang on. Give you another excavator. Give you two. Give you two as well. Alright. Build me 4 more excavators. Oh yeah, what was... hang on a minute. Go to the trade with the other settlements. Quick trade offers. Loans, contracts. What do we have? We've got a... Well, obviously we've got a surplus of many things right now. Iron... I don't know, like third good? Like money? No, we don't really need anything of... Well, desperately need any of that right now. Well, maybe... No one's selling construction parts. Be wary of landslides. Don't make the walls too steep. Okay. Okay, there we go. So ore sorting plant has been built. So please sort coal and dirt. And that's it, I guess. Was rock one? Rock as well. Okay, then you. No limestone, please. Right. No coal either. Just iron ore, dirt, and rock. Thank you, Kebab Pizza. Thank you very much, Kebab. Okay. So 2 are assigned. So docked. Fleet status. So repair. Let's have a look. So shipyard is overloaded with cargo. But begin repairs using 100 construction components. What's that there? Unit storage. Got 90 there. Carry on. What do we need? Waiting for products. We need more concrete by the looks of things. Concrete sheets. Okay. What's the issue? They can't unload... Okay, yeah, this needs dirt. Okay, so add dirt. Filter dirt and filter rock. So output is full. What do you need? No, you should be fine. Not enough trucks. Okay, I probably assigned too many to the thing. Yeah. Dial it back a bit. Okay. There we go. Cool. Untick the auto-assign box in the ore sorting plant. Good shout. Thank you. Yes, I'd like to define rather than sort whatever they get bought. Yeah. Look, because it's added coal back to this again. No auto-sorting. There we go. We got some homeless people? I do? Where? Homeless people. Population, housing capacity. I do. Good shout. Can we expand this? Just add yeah, another one then. So another set of housing. This is awful though. Just a bunch of containers. That's not housing. Yes, I've got a vehicle plant. Maybe we should expand this. Yeah, let's expand all of this. So hang on. Build me 3 of these. There we go. Remove that. Hang on. Right, remove you. So these, yeah, this will take iron and make mechanical parts, and this will take the mechanical parts and electronics, which I don't think we're making. Are we making those? Okay. And produce the vehicle parts. So please make another one of those. New refugees have arrived. We'll get your housing sorted. Alright. What's that? Yeah, we need more vehicle parts. Loose storage of potatoes. Let's at least move that so it's not just, you know, moving next to the farm over here. Right. Turn off the beacon for now. Okay. We've got a bunch of spare workers then, do we? Turn off the beacon. I have 95 spare workers. 95 spare workers. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, it's no longer broken up and beaten up. Shipyard. There we go. Ship designer. Look at this. Guns? Armor? Ooh. Okay. This is definitely post-apocalyptic. Or it feels it. Thank you, Ankiatni and Hollow Official. Guns on the front. Okay. What should I put with? Automatically return home. Load crew. Ship health. I guess we need to research the guns on the ship. Okay. Synthetic rubber research is nearly finished. Let's also then quickly start another research project. Alright. Yeah, we need more construction parts. Get rid of these. Thank you, Crank, for free. Thank you very much there, Crank. Maybe I should move all of these. Whoops. Maybe I should move all of these blast furnaces closer to the iron production. All right. There we go. Potatoes are getting moved over here. All right. So how are we doing? Yep, these are working away. Boost. What is that? Pay Unity. Doubles the throughput while consuming Unity. Also ignores electricity requirements. Okay. There we go. Research finish on synthetic rubber. Start new research. Let's go with the copper refinement. Copper electrolysis. Oh, look at that. Copper ore, coal, copper scrap, coal. I see, that's copper production. Presumably for the sake of circuits. Okay. Is the diesel tank working? Let's have a look. Seems to be slowly filling up. Nice, 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 nice. Right. Alright. I think a happy population makes Unity. Okay, they can't unload their limestone. Dial back the number of pickup trucks. Alright. Okay. So, what's next? Let's have a look. So, build and connect the rubber maker. Okay. Rubber maker. Oh, Captain's office. What is this? Declare edicts that can significantly affect your island's population and industry. Okay. Very tropico. Give myself a lovely office. There we go. Trading dock. We've already built one over here, haven't we? Trade with a village. Yeah, these are nearby settlements that want trade. Okay. Available for borrowing. I don't think we need anything right now. Okay. Rubber. Rubber. Rubber maker. Here we go. So diesel plus... Is that rubber? Or diesel plus coal equals rubber, but less of it. But generates waste. Produces synthetic rubber. Okay. So... Put that there. So I'm guessing we're looking for rubber trees. Okay. So let's go to L. Rubber. New. Sulfur? It's oil-based rubber. Is that sulfur? I don't know what that is. What is that? It is sulfur. That's not a volcano. That's is that uranium or quartz? Green. Uranium. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to do it with oil then. Put it near the refinery, and then share that wastewater dump. So rubber maker. How to do this easily? Stick it there. Right. Oh, the truck's having to drive all the way around. Maybe we can get a bridge or something? Pillars. Aha. Pillars. No? Don't know. Maybe I have to break down the pipe first. Build a pillar, a bridge. Research bridges. Okay. First, copper refinement. Okay. Yeah, what else is going on? So as mentioned, did lots of cooking over the weekend. Did lots of cleaning. Did my taxes. Edited a little bit of Valheim, but not a huge amount, frankly. Lulu's fine. She's flopped behind me. She got some attention. Went to go see my mum to get a coffee. Lulu got lots of rubbies. Yeah. Just cracking on. This week, I plan to just keep editing Valheim. Just keep on editing this chonky video. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably going to get it to the point where it will be watchable just without the text. Because I don't want to sort of half commit. I just want to make sure that it's solid. rather than have something that's sort of half solid and then begin text and animation. Did I work out on Saturday? I made marshmallows. Sort of counts. Right. There we go. Get that. Sorry, pardon me. Oh, blimey. Blah, blah. Okay, we're getting that iron ore. Well, they're right, SD Pepper. I do need to go work out. I really should do it after this as well. It's good for your heart. The trouble is, when I work out, I really like jogging. I like to jog. I find weights incredibly boring, which is putting a bit too much stress on my ankles. Thank you, a pence and Orivo. So what are you doing here? Oh, refueling. Oh, you need to refuel? Oh no, they need to refuel. Okay. Well, if that's true, we better put down a fluid storage location to let them refuel somewhere a bit centralized. Alright. Stick that there. And specify that it's for diesel. Okay. I need to refuel the ship, do I? Diesel, 0 out of 80. Aha. What's that there? That's the diesel generator. Okay. So we need to refuel the ship. So let's pipe this way. And this way. In fact, we may as well just stick it over here then. Hang on. How do we confirm? Leave it. Confirm. Control Shift F. Yes? What's going on? Hang on. Did that do it? No. What am I doing wrong? How does one confirm? Oh, double click. Thank you very much. Double click. Thank you. Okay, never mind that. Don't do it there. Build it. Copy it over here. Output. Potentially to the ship. So fill the ship first and then have a stockpile for all the other vehicles. No? Didn't like it? Thank you, Y exclamation mark. Thank you very much, Y. And thank you, Orivo and a pence. Alright. There we go. Oh, wrong elevation. Wrong elevation? Doesn't look wrong. What is my workout routine? What is my workout routine? Let's have a look. So according to today... Again, I suck at it though. Okay. So workout. What does it say? So exercises. So so of 3 different types. So I need to do push-ups. Okay, push-ups. 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 15 reps. Yeah, good luck with that. 3 to 4 maximum is all you're getting. Then I need to do something called chair dips, which is where I sit on a chair and sort of dip sort of snacks into dippy cheese. No, it's where I sort of like take a chair and sort of like make it look like you're falling off the chair, but then your arms are backwards and you're sort of pushing yourself up or down. Then dumbbell overhead press, and then lateral raises, apparently. Followed by run 3 laps around local park to run away from your responsibilities. Right. See, that's why I love jogging. Put your shoes on, put your music on, put your work or other commitments behind you and just run the fuck away. Did Lulu enjoy the other exotic meats? I haven't done them yet, Pence. I need to pull my finger out. I did all that cooking on the weekend, but I need to cook up Lulu's next batch of meat. She's enjoyed the one so far, but she's got more in the freezer. Alright. Yeah, we need more housing. Under construction, what do you need? You need more, yeah, just more construction parts. Okay. So can I trade them with anyone? Trade with a village, the nearby village. Any construction parts for sale? No. What about just on like the global trade screen? Quick trade offers? No. Shiro says, get a man that spoils you like Soviet spoils Lulu. Yes, get a man that will feed you zebra. It's disgusting, it's awful. Lulu loved it, but I was like, ugh. Alright. I see an excavator. We've got many vehicles which we don't have the parts to build. Move another excavator to the coal production. Soon we'll move them. Oh, look at that. It's working. Okay, so what's the hold up? Oh, look, lack of power? Low power. Okay. How are we doing on the research? Start new research. Copper. Start. Do you know what? Just add them all the way to the conveyor belts. Because, yeah, I think conveyor belts are going to be useful. Okay, so what's the hold up on? No, shit, don't do that. Ah, fuck, stop. So working, wood, iron, seems we have both, so I just need more of these then. Let's get more assembly machines. So more than double the number of assembly machines. Done it again, haven't I? There we go. Right. Oh look, my house is ready. Lovely. Priorities. Captain's office. What's this, sorry? Growth boost. Population growth increased. Aha, yes. So chat, wrong answers only. How would I, as head of my little island commune of mostly men, increase the population? Ban all condoms? Waifu pillows? Orgies? Yes. Right, we're going to go raid like some nearby rubber plantations. Yes. AI generated ladies. What? Sorry, no. I mean, we've got to attract workers, surely. We're not in some post-apocalyptic situation, I assume. Right. Industrial edicts. What does it cost me? It costs me Unity to initiate these. Oh. Probably. Okay, so diesel generator producing, okay, 85% utilization, so we definitely need, yeah, we need more power. I see. Can we plug that into the diesel overall then? Maybe we should have a big pipeline that goes all the way through the place. Because we've got to keep, yeah, we've got to keep moving that diesel fuel back and forth. Okay. So hang on, let's go to, where is it? Power. So you, diesel generator, copy you, then add you here. What does that mean? No allow, no connection? Should work, surely. I can lift pipelines so small trucks can drive below them. Yeah. Haven't figured out how yet. Oh, look at that. The truck becomes a tanker when it picks up diesel. Yeah, it's very sort of settlers, isn't it? Except the trucks are the settlers. You should check pipelines. You haven't connected everything correctly in 2 places, yeah? What have I done? Yeah, they're going over there to refuel. So that's working. Seems to be working. Cool, you can see the actual fluids flow. Can you get a pet for the dog? I think she's sleeping right now. I'll probably just leave her alone. Oh, no, maybe not. Hang on. Hey, sweetie. Sorry, Daddy. Did I make you jump? She's a bit grubby. She needs a good bath, I think. Yeah. Yeah, she's okay. She's just chilling. She's on her painkillers right now. Okay. The oil refinery is not connected to storage. Well, this thing? Oil basic distiller. Oil pump. What, when I talk to Lulu, Shiro? Hi there, Messi. Hi there, indeed. Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm just dumb. Okay. Transport pipe with you. Thank you. And then, is that not connected? No, it is not connected. Why? Hang on, double click. Pipe connector, maybe? Wrong slot on the silo. Are you sure? Because I do want it to be the output for the sake of the boat. Input goes in here? Okay, I'll fix it. So. And then, hang on. Get rid of that. Does that work? Yeah, Spartan, but I thought they'd drop it off here and then it would flow into the ship. Click on the pipe and hit F. Hang on. Fuck. Oops. Oh, no, they're building it. Hang on. What happens if I just do that? Oh, look at that. He took fuel. That's cool. See what happens. Need to keep remembering to double click. Alright. Okay, how's that? Okay, so diesel is being flooded in or out? Is it coming from the ship? 341 units of diesel. Is that in cargo on the ship? So where's that coming from? Is it just going in a loop? Is that what's going on here? The shipyard is the input, is it? Shipyard is the input. Yeah, I think it's just spinning around in a circle, isn't it? Okay, tell you what. Let's just start again. move that. Just flip it around. Okay. Hey, sweetie. My little mole rat. Hey, my darling. Yeah, she's chill. She's doing her best. For those not familiar, her name is Lulu. She is a 10-year-old Frenchie now. Alas, she's getting quite frail. She's doing her best, but, yeah. She can make it a little way down the street, but after that I scoop her up and I pop her in a pram with a nice soft cushion, and I push her the rest of the way, and she just relaxes and enjoys the ride. There are also 2 cup holders on the pram. I've decided that they are not cup holders, they are treat holders, and therefore she gets fed her treats as she relaxes on the walkies, which is turned into a pram mise, I guess. Yeah, she's doing her best. Right. Stored products, waiting for material removal. Okay, just do what I was going to do, which is flip it around. So just go, not oil pump, fluid storage. Just do that then. Let's see what happens. Okay. Is it trying to unload? What is it doing? Oh, I see, it's refueling. Yeah, yeah. The pipe itself is directional and going the wrong direction. Oh, is it? Oh, for fuck's sake. I see. So this was... Okay, you know what? Scrap the whole thing. Scrap the whole fucking thing. We'll do it from scratch. We'll do it live. Hang on. Alright. Also, looking at the time, folks, I do need to wrap up momentarily. Hang on. How are we doing? Synthetic rubber. Yeah, we still haven't built that yet. Yeah, we need the construction parts. So we need to get the construction parts to start with. We've got 28 of them. We need more. And we're also... No, we've got the resources. It's just a question of time. Alright. Yeah, just prioritize. Can I increase the priority of these? So hang on. Priority for the delivery... Yeah, so priority 1, urgent. There we go. These have to get made. And then, yeah, we can just pour the resources into making more buildings. There we go. Alright. Okay. Right, so there we go. So fluid storage, cancel that. Okay, so chat, green input arrows, red output arrows. Which section do I attach the pipe? Green or red? Red. Says next. Red. Red. Okay. Then I start here, I presume. Because apparently it's directional. And I go this way. Green. All looks green. Confirm. Okay. Let's see what happens there then. Alright, how are we doing? Waiting for products. What are you waiting for? Waiting for bricks, so concrete slabs. Yeah, we probably need a few more trucks. How many trucks do you have? You've got 2. Is anyone hogging trucks right now? 2 trucks. Let's dial you down to 1 truck. Okay, yeah, we're trying to build trucks, but we lack... Oh, wait, do they require rubber now? No. Maybe, actually? Aha. Are we out of rubber? So we need to get the rubber maker built. Then we can make more trucks to undo the bottleneck. Any ant updates? Nero, so the ants are next to me in a test tube. The queen has about, I believe, 15 workers now, so she's breeding, but not as quickly as I was hoping. I need to get a proper camera compared to the cheap piece of shit that's already broken that I had last time. Where's the ant camp? Yeah, I need to sort out a proper setup. Okay. Yes, Shiro. I used to have a small ant farm, and I would occasionally put the camera on the ants so you can see what they're doing. It's quite interesting. We got to see the queen and all the larvae and all the workers go about their business. And I would occasionally post little highlights, little sort of shots of really cool shit going on in the ant farm. Yeah, they're still... Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, those 2 queens died after a mite infestation, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm now being a lot more careful with the food that I give them. No, the queen is not yet named. She just has a number. I'll give her a name if she continues to survive. I didn't want to get her attached to her, you know, and then lose her. But yeah, they're doing okay. What's in their... I gave them a piece of ham the other day. They liked that. They enjoyed it. I'll give them something else today. How long do the queens live typically? That's the amazing part. For reasons that are still being studied, their lifespan is extraordinary. For an insect that breeds by the million, the queen ant can live for about 30 years, I think it is. Which is astonishing for an insect. Absolutely astonishing. It's a sort of, yeah, a level of longevity that is frankly just, yeah, it's unreal. Yep, 30 human years. So they're still being studied. They're an ongoing sort of, yeah. Obviously, their anatomy is utterly different from mammals. And there's there's moments of sort of, but they don't sort of go into hibernation per se, but over the winter they do kind of shut down a lot. But yeah, the queen ants are absolutely fucking metal. They're really, really quite astonishing. The ones that I've got currently are Lassis niger, so the black ant, the black garden ant. A very common starting species. Or is it Lassis niger? Okay. Right, how are we doing? 18. Now we're still quite low on the construction components. Yeah, we need more pickup trucks moving resources, and we can't get more pickup trucks until we get more rubber. We're blocked. No, wait. Vehicle parts, maybe. The other 2 have ticks next to them. How can I see how much rubber I've got? Is there a way of... Rubber. Rubber. Pinned. Rubber. Show me the total. Can I see totals? Quantity. 200, 300... Wait, why is my quantity going up? I'm not manufacturing any. Is there a difference in behavior between types of ant? Absolutely, Lewin. The ants are a massively diverse species. Yeah. Was it phenotype? How would you say it? Yes, vast numbers of different behaviors. Effectively, ants have conquered pretty much every environment save the Arctic. If you were to take all life on Earth, all land-based life on Earth, it turns out that ants account for 1/5 of all the biomass. Just ants. 1/5. Not like insects in general, just ants. Hey, sausage. You right, honey? Yeah. Being cute. Love you. Yeah, she's fine. She's chill. She's on her painkillers. No, she's just getting comfortable. She's not dreaming. She's looking at me. She's looking at me going, ugh. Not this knobhead. And last night we were just sitting on the sofa. I was watching Severance and she was just wiggling up to me and then put her head underneath my arm and then we just had a cuddle. Okay, forgive me, folks. Looking at the time, I'm probably going to bog off now because I've got lots to do today. Still, I'm enjoying this, though. Yeah, it does feel quite Settlers right now. Despite the Factorio look to it, the trucks going around and the desire paths and stuff, it's very Settlers. Yeah. Maybe sort of Settlers, Banished, Factorio, a little bit of Tropico, I guess. There we go, there's the rubber facility. Oh, we're waiting for more materials. Yeah, I'm guessing so. With conveyor belts, it'll probably be a bit more Factorio. Anyway, I'm loving the terraforming and the attention to detail. Okay. Right. So, once again, thank you all. On the YouTube side of things, I've got to work on Valheim bullshittery. So what I'm doing is last week, so I think it was... So not last weekend, the weekend before. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and around about Wednesday, I was doing pre-production work, which is a fancy way of saying I was going through the 100 hours of live streams, trying to find the bits that I need to make something funny. So I took 100 hours, I squished it down to about 1 hour. Then, between last Wednesday and last Friday, I took the 1 hour and I squished it down to about 35 minutes and of the best bits. And now what I'm doing is I'm filling in the sort of... I'm still refining. I'm still sort of... I don't know what the official terms will be because I'm not professionally trained. But I'm still sort of... cutting out the bits I need and tightening it and generally making it smoother to watch. Whilst also... adding like all the bits of context to make the scenes flow, like we arrive in the swamp biome and okay, so I need something to bridge the gap there to show us entering a new area, or we keep saying the word bone mass, which is the name of the third boss in Valheim, but for anyone who's not familiar with Valheim, they won't know who that is or what we're talking about. So I just need to find a quick scene where we go, I've found the name of the next boss. What is it? Bone mass. You know, that sort of thing. Connective tissue. So that's my process today. So, well, my process for the rest of the week is to take this 35-minute video and probably end up with something that's between 45 to... I'm hoping it doesn't creep back up to 1 hour, because it's going to be a bit of a fucking slog to edit text and animations. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. Lots of work still to do. For now, though, I probably do need to pull my finger out and go and exercise for the sake of my heart. So, thank you, all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mr. Moon. Thank you, Rosy Cat and Slightly Wet Cat. Thank you, all of you. I will leave you in the company of... I'll leave you in the company of Jinx, who is doing some Halo, because they'll never shut the fuck up about Halo. Hang on a second. Right, this is Jinx. They're a knobhead. Go give them grief. They're playing Halo. Thank you for watching. See you soon.